Hello and welcome to this episode of Neighbors Cooking. I am your chef and host, Mitch, and we are doing a delicious, super easy menu that you might want to serve to your kids, or you might want to wait till they're off at grandma's and you do this just for the two of you at home, because it is a little bit high-end, I suppose, but you know, every once in a while I want to splurge. So today we are doing a lobster quesadilla. So I love lobster, love quesadillas, so what could go better together than lobster and quesadilla? So this may be something just for you and your partner, but you know, you may want to include your kids. When I was young, my dad would never have let me have lobster. He would have said, well, I don't have an acquired taste for it yet. So we got hamburgers when they got steaks. We got shrimp when they got lobster. So as soon as I could start affording it on my own, I certainly wanted to start buying it. So very easy, it's not going to take long, and we also have a great guest coming on the show tonight. Not only is he a friend and an amazing human being, he is about to go off on a national tour for his Lessons of Redemption. Is that correct, Sonny? Conversations of Redemption, and it is going to be an amazing series of people. He's just come back from Florida with some just spectacular news, and we're going to share that when he comes on the show. But before he comes on, I'm going to kind of go over all the ingredients and get things going, and then because Sonny can talk. And so we're gonna try and get some things going before we get going. So let's go over the ingredients because they're super simple. First, you're gonna need some tortillas. So I just went out and bought some flour tortillas, just broke one, but just get regular, whatever size you like. I'm using just medium size. You can get super large. Really depends on your pan or what your process is, the dish that you're making, cooking the quesadilla on. We're gonna have some portobello mushrooms. We're gonna cut those up. We're going to cut up an onion. We're going to do a couple tablespoons of garlic. And then this is just for the toppings. Some cheese inside of the quesadilla, Monterey Jack. You could use Monterey Jack and American cheese. You could really mix any cheeses you want as long as they're good melting cheeses. We're going to add that with some sour cream, some salsa, and some guacamole salsa that we've made. And we're going to top it all off with some cilantro. And then we've got our lovely lobster that I've already cut out of the shell, but just if you're wondering, if you get a shell, a lobster tail, you're going to cut the top and you're going to cut the bottom, and then you're going to split it open and pull it out real simply. And right here we've got 4 small lobster tails. So that's it. So before we get started on all that, I'm going to bring on my guest and my friend, our audio guy, my editor.
I feel like I should have like the Price is Right music. Dun, 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 dun. Coming in, Mitch, thank you so much for having me. Of course, when you have lobster quesadillas, I'm like, I'm on the show.
I'm on the show.
I'm in,
your guest.
I'm in for this one. This is when it has to be, man. Thank you so much for having me,
man.
Oh,
absolutely. It's a pleasure. And you, I've become so impressed. And I mean, I've known you and seen you in the past with things in our community and things we do out in the public space. And then you came up to me one day and said, your audio sucks on your show.
I was like, dude, it's a great show. The audio is poop.
I was like,
let's fix that.
So I blamed Joe, and then
it's Joe. People from Cleveland, I tell you.
People from Cleveland just have no sound quality.
They don't have no good sound in Cleveland.
They don't know. So you've helped me so much, but you do a lot. So you just came back from Florida.
I did.
So tell our guests what you just did in Florida.
So I'm a motivational speaker and an author, and you know, I spent half my life in prison and had a really rough childhood, and it's important to me to use my past and my story to help inspire people to know that they're not alone and that you can change your life at any moment, no matter what you've gone through. And so I had the wonderful opportunity of partnering up with Operation Lightshine, which is an anti-trafficking and child sexual abuse material fighting organization where they combat these kinds of things. And they took us out. Tim Tebow Foundation funds these organizations, and there was a joint effort this last week in Jacksonville, Florida, where we had 6 different agencies came together and a bunch of different agents to find missing kids.
Wow.
And it was incredible. We ended up finding 25 missing children that are either victims of trafficking or runaways or abuse. And it was just so incredible, and it's eye-opening to the how much we don't know about this.
Well, I think Americans in particular don't know much about trafficking. They don't realize how many children are actually trafficked through this
It's
country.
a lot, and
it
it's
is a
happening in every city in the United States, and it's on us to combat this, right? It's through private donorship. You know, the Tim Tebow Foundation donates millions of dollars a year to fight this, and they need help. So if you are seeing this, go to operationlightshine.org and find out how you can help. There's a kid that needs you, I promise you.
I'll get my editor to put a little thing up on our video with the.
Let me make a note.
So you have another blog or vlog.
I do. It's kind of a hybrid show. I'm a big fan of Anthony Bourdain, No Reservations, and David Letterman's My Next Guest. And so I've amalgamated them two centered around pain and trauma recovery. So I'm going to 22 cities around the United States starting July 1st, and I'm shooting a show called Conversations of Redemption. So it's a show hybrid podcast where I will be going to each of these cities on a certain day. I will be setting up, and it's an open format that anybody can come sit down and share their pain and the trauma, much like you did on Breaking the Silence.
Yes.
And so this one is more of a conversational format, but also talking about the trauma and the pain that's gone into the city becoming the city. And so then we'll tie it in with the guest that's there. And the whole point is just to raise awareness about people are not alone in this trauma. So many people are dealing with trauma and abuse, and there is a pathway to healing.
Absolutely, and that comes through conversation.
And it comes through this wonderful thing called a voice.
Yep, you have
and
to.
So that's the goal.
I had an amazing experience because it was very just sit down and do it. And it's amazing how when you start to really talk about things that have affected your life, and I shared about my HIV and the things I went through with that. And although I have an amazing family and always did, there was still trauma associated to my family. Things that I blamed them for. And it's nice to be able to get it off your chest and say, I still love my family. I still think they're great people, but this piece really bothered me.
Yeah, and the best thing is that you inspired somebody else. To see that and say, wow, I've been through a similar thing, right? And they see that you're able to recover. They know that they're able to recover, and it's such an inspirational thing, and I'm just blessed to be in this position.
That's amazing. I'm going to undo my little dishwasher here so it doesn't
Come on,
beep
dishwasher.
So today we're going to cook.
Okay, listen, I hope you have a fire extinguisher. I can't promise that I won't burn the place down, but I'm in for a try. You tell me what to do, I'm going to do it.
That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to have you come over here. And
here we go.
Let me get you a few utensils that you may want to use over here.
I have hands made for radio.
You do have hands made for radio. So we're going to start off with the ingredients that are going into this. So the first thing we're going to cook up in this pan.
Wow, what kind of pans are those?
These are Hexclad, Gordon Ramsay's.
Wow, Hexclad is actually the name of my new band.
Is it really?
No.
No.
Hexclad!
So we're going to turn this on and get it a little bit warmed up.
I like
Not
it.
too warm. Hexclad gets very hot very fast. And I'm going to start cutting ingredients.
Okay.
And I'll hand them over to you when we get to that point, all right?
And then I will put them in said hex pan.
You will put them in said Hexclad pans.
Hexclad pan.
So we're going to start off with our onions. And you don't know, but most of my people that follow me know I love my mandolin.
This thing is fantastic. Whoa.
Isn't it beautiful?
Whoa.
So it's so much quicker than cutting your fingers when you're trying to cut everything. Yes.
I'm prepared.
Here we go.
So what happens when the moon hits your eye?
It turns into a big pizza pie.
Like?
Amore.
See, I see what you did there. That's all my time for today, folks. I'll be here all week.
All right, so we've got our onion cut up. Super simple.
Oh, wow. That made things really simple. Holy crap.
Really simple because you get everything's even. They're going to cook evenly. And it's going to be beautiful. So I'm going to have you put a little bit of olive oil into that pan for me.
Now, by a little bit, we mean just like
an Italian little bit. That's a good little bit.
Okay.
And as soon as that heats up a little bit, you're going to add those.
So it has to heat up a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Should I mix that around? Or?
When it starts to glisten, which you'll start to see it kind of shimmer.
You're hitting, I'm a music fan, and you're hitting all the things that I want to know, right? Shimmer.
So
should I mix that around?
You don't have to do anything.
Don't have to do anything.
You can move your pan around.
See, I'm an overthinker in the kitchen.
So
I think there's more to what I'm supposed to do than actually.
Not really. So you'll start to see it shimmer pretty quickly.
I make a mean spaghetti-o.
Oh,
Just saying.
SpaghettiOs?
SpaghettiOs.
Oh, out of the can.
More than one, yes.
All right. So you can start to see it kind of moving around a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So that's shimmering. So now you can
It
put
kind of
those
spreads like a
onions in.
Beyonce show, doesn't it?
Yeah. So go ahead and put those in there.
Once it gets heated, oh, it's my favorite sound in the world.
Sizzle.
I love that sound. I swear, it's like one of my favorite sounds known to man.
And then I'm going to have you take some salt,
A little bit of salt.
and you're going to put salt all over the top. And the reason we're putting salt is the salt helps to absorb the moisture that's coming out of the onions because we don't want a whole lot of moisture.
Really?
Yep.
Salt, you know what? That makes sense. Salt absorbs moisture.
Yep. So just don't turn those too much. Just let them start to cook up and brown, and then I'm going to start cutting up these.
This is where my OCD has a problem because I'm like, well, there's an empty patch right there. We shouldn't have that.
I'm going to cut up these baby bellas. Prior to using these, I just took a cloth and I just wiped the tops of them.
I like it.
You don't want to. You do want to wash your mushrooms, but you don't want to soak them in water or anything because they just become soggy.
Okay.
I keep the stems on. You don't have to. And
Do you know what you call macaroni that hates spaghetti?
what?
Antipasta. I'll be here all day, folks. I'm just saying.
Goodness. See, I told you he talks a lot.
That joke. He was not wrong. I can't help it.
You were right. I love that one. Antipasta.
Antipasta.
Goodness.
The dog loved it. The
Yeah,
dog is
the
looking
dog
at me
was
with
like-
pure affection.
Well, you know, I had to run next door to one of my neighbors to borrow something. My housekeeper lost my scissors somewhere.
And I
And
jumped
I
on the
came
piano.
back and you were on my piano.
Serenading the dog.
And the dog was just sitting there, like watching, just in awe.
I was serenading the dog.
Don't let those cook too much by
Okay,
themselves.
so what do we do? Do we want to
lose your
flip these
focus.
like a burger?
Just turn them, just rotate them around.
Just
Yep.
kind of give them a little
Yeah.
swoopy swoop.
And they'll start to brown up. Maybe no, it's up high enough, I think.
I love simmered onions. Oh,
Are they
man.
great?
I will literally just eat them. Just them. You don't have to have anything else. Just eat them.
And you know, you can also add to onions a little bit of sugar. And
Really?
it sweetens them up, it caramelizes them. It
Oh,
caramelizes
caramelized
them. Yep.
onions. Ain't that something?
So,
See,
yep.
you learn something new every day.
So let those just keep going, flatten them out, leave them on the pan. Don't keep turning them, they'll never brown.
Oh, yeah, and that's my thing. Like, I'll just sit here and keep messing with it.
You're
Be
like,
like,
"Why
why
aren't
is
they
this
browning?"
taking so long?
All right, so once those start to brown, you're going to add those mushrooms.
Add the mushrooms in with the onions.
Once they're browning, and while you're doing that, I'm going to start grating my cheese.
Grating my cheese.
Grating my cheese.
I like it. That's actually the name of my new band, actually, is Grating My Cheese. So how long have you been cooking? When did you start? Like, where did
I
your
was in
love
my
from cooking
20s.
come from?
Well, my love of cooking came from a mother that didn't cook.
Makes sense,
Being from England, she was a very, meats, potatoes kind of thing.
as they do.
And our food, actually, I should have not had this out quite so long, but I'm going to get a different
Oh,
block.
yeah, that's looking a little rough. Oh, wow, it catches it inside.
Yep.
What a nifty little thing.
So I'm going
And I get what you mean. I happen to marry an English woman, and she's from Britain.
Yep.
And they do
Well, that's
eat
where English women
things
are from, Britain.
generally. And they do things a little differently there.
Oh my God, we used to have, like, Mondays was meatloaf, Tuesday was spaghetti, Wednesday was liver, Thursday, and it was always the same thing, week after nauseating week.
So you've been to prison.
Yes, Mom's kitchen. And the Galloping Gourmet was the big cooking person back then, like Julia Child, but Graham Keir. And I would come home from school and I would sit and watch him and write down the recipes, and my mom would take me to the grocery store and buy all the ingredients. And then I would get to cook for dinner whatever we were having.
Oh, so at least Mom cultivated your desire to cook. So
Gladly.
Yeah, because she didn't have to do it.
She was like, if I don't have to cook, I'm happy.
What was your favorite dish that your mother made?
Every birthday, we were allowed to pick whatever we wanted for our meal. My mother could make a mean spare ribs, sweet and sour spare ribs.
Oh,
and it was safe, and I knew it would be good, so that's what I would have her make. You know, but as the years went by and I taught her how to cook.
Mom, I need to tell you something.
Right, oh, she knew. But, you know, I went to train at Cordon Bleu.
Oh, wow, really?
And when I finished my education, I realized I had no desire to work in a kitchen. None whatsoever. It was demeaning to me. Chefs were mean.
Chefs are mean.
Chefs are mean, and I wasn't. So I was never going to survive that.
Sure.
I was just never something I was going to survive. And so I just went about, you know, going into corporate America and doing my thing. And when I came out here to get better from my HIV, I decided to start cooking again. And that's how I found community. That's how I found people that, you know, enjoyed food.
Sure.
And it just gave me a sense of being, and I love, you know, creating food for people, so.
Well, I mean, the way that you're doing this and the platform that you have it's so inspiring. I've had the luxury of being able to be here for the last month or so, and the community that you're building, the togetherness, the people that come and sit around your table and laugh and love and eat. It's so inspiring, and I'm so grateful
well,
have had this
Thank
opportunity. It's amazing because food brings people together, man.
It does. Food is love to me.
Yeah,
And,
it's amazing.
It does build community, and we're cutting up the lobster tails now, so I just cut them in half and then cut them down again. And we're going to cook these.
How are we looking on these bad lads?
I don't know how you're looking. You're supposed to be over there cooking and
okay,
turning. Look, they're all, see?
This is what good onions look like to me,
That is
though.
what good onions look like.
Okay, so I'm not wrong yet. I
You're
told
not
you I
wrong
burned this
yet.
place down. You gotta be careful.
And just so everybody knows, on these lobster tails, when you take the tail off, you're going to find roux, which is the little green monster that's at the top. Some people like to eat it. I don't particularly. But you don't want to cook it in. You want to cut it out, take it out. It'll just pull right out.
Do we feel like these mushrooms are ready to join with the onions?
Yeah, I think we can join them in.
I like it. I like it.
I might add a little more olive oil.
By the power invested in me by the kitchen of Mitchell Battersby, I hereby pronounce you mushrooms and onions.
There we go. Now the lobster, how do you think we're going to cook that?
Well, I'm assuming we're not going to drop it into a live boiling pot of water while it's screaming for its life.
We are not.
Looks like... Are we frying that?
We're going to saute it in just butter and garlic.
So the difference between saute and fry is the level of heat, yeah? Or am I completely off base?
Well, frying technically is in oil, like fried, French fries are fried. Things that get submerged in oil are fried.
Gotcha.
This is sauteing. You can pan fry, so you would just use a low heat and pan fry. So these you really want to start turning around because you want the mushrooms to.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to give you a little bit of butter to throw in there.
Nothing wrong with butter, man.
Well, to a point.
Oleo is butter.
Learning to cook, French cook, everything was butter, and it wasn't necessarily the healthiest.
So that's the one thing I know how to cook now. I went to France, had the luxury of seeing the south of France, and learned how to cook croque de madame and croque de monsieur, and felt like I'm a chef now.
So tell everybody what that is.
So it's a sandwich that has bechamel sauce and some ham or turkey if you're my wife. And it's on toast, and you kind of toast up almost like a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep.
And the croque de madame has the egg on top, and you like do a sunny side up egg and you put it on top, and the croque de monsieur is just the sandwich. But it's such a fantastic, fantastic food.
So the thing you learn when you first go to culinary school are sauces.
Okay.
And you go for months making bechamel sauce, Béarnaise sauce, you know. And
Get your sauce right.
You fail every single time, and your instructor throws it away in the sink and makes you feel like you're an idiot.
Do they do the Gordon Ramsay? Like, this
what
is this?
What is this?
This is trash.
You
can't eat this.
You can't eat this. Yes, that was my experience.
Oh, man.
For months. But, you know, It makes you want to do better because you've got a bunch of other chefs that are going through the
Sure.
same thing, and you want to be the one that the head chef finally goes, "You got it."
Nice.
You know,
You were
so-
the one that you don't want Gordon Ramsay to hate you.
You don't. So into this pan with the butter, we're going to add some garlic.
Oh,
We're going to get that
this
going.
is already. I'm dying over here already.
Yeah,
Like,
so that looks almost ready.
oh my God, this
So
is.
I'm going to have you try to carefully get that. Well, you can
We're gonna scoop it in.
get all into that bowl. All right, let's turn this heat down so you don't burn yourself.
This is pretty much what I came. I could take this bowl right here, and
just
I
eat
would
it?
be. I'd be so happy.
Yep.
Give me a fork and a good movie, and I'm in.
All right, so. And then I'm going to have you in this pan in just a second. I'm going to wash that pan out real quick
Listen. You don't let none of those onions go to waste, man.
because we're going to use it
There
again.
you go.
Ooh, hot.
You got it.
You're going to take that and you're going to put this lobster into it.
Okay.
Got it?
Whoa! That's a flimsy thing. I got you.
All right.
All right, and this is going in here.
That's going into the butter and the garlic. And we're gonna
S'il vous plaît, monsieur. S'il vous plaît.
And you're just going to saute that up real quickly.
And do you stir it or you just leave it alone?
Stir it.
Okay, because I'm habitual, like I feel like I have to be doing something. That's my OCD kicking in, and my ADHD is like, hey, let's move things around.
All right. How beautiful that is. And we're just getting
Oh.
it just like shrimp, or not too much. Let it cook for a second.
And so you want this to be like translucent brown, is that correct?
Well, like shrimp, pink.
Oh, pink.
That's what you're going for, is pink. All right.
I like
Next
it.
thing's up. We're going to take a little bit more of our olive oil here. You keep stirring that. I'm going to start this part. We'll get one made.
Oh, are you ready to make one already?
We're going to get ready to make one.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. It's not even funny, man. I'm like, oh my God.
So we're going to start off with just a flour tortilla. We've
Yep.
got a pan that we're warming up. Don't want it to be too hot. We're going to put that in and just let that start to brown a little bit. Then we're going to take a little bit of our sauce, and our filling, and we're just putting on half the tortilla because
Okay.
we're going to fold the tortilla over to make our quesadilla.
I feel like tortilla folding is an art form. Like I've tried it and I can't do it. It sucks. Have you ever seen like the people at Chipotle? They wrap perfectly.
Oh yeah, no, yes, I'm always impressed
I
by that.
rip
Okay.
them all the time.
That is done.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Turn the heat off.
Turn the heat off.
This
Yep.
is where I burn the kitchen down. I don't know where the off is.
We're going to sprinkle a little
Is that
bit.
off? Yeah. Well, the line with the circle in it. Circle with a line in it.
There we go. We're going to
Okay.
put a little bit of our, not yet. We're going to let this, what is making noise?
What is happening? I have a tendency to break things.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
All right, and we're going to let that start to melt a little bit. And then we're going to,
See how you did the halvesies there.
yep. So
Yeah.
then we're going to take a little bit of our lobster. We're going to put it around the edge. All right. There we go. You can put about one lobster tail in each of these if you want.
I like it.
Take a little
like
bit more
it.
cheese to put on
You
top.
never have too much cheese. Ooh, and then you have all this. Ooh, I'm so excited for this, Mitch. You have no idea. I'm gonna do a backflip.
So we're going to check. Not quite brown yet. So,
And so we lift up the tortilla to see when it gets
I'm just
brown.
looking at to see if it's brown. You know,
I
it's not
gotcha.
quite yet.
And when it gets brown,
So-
that's when we want to.
I'm going to turn it over to this half, and then we're going to let it continue to melt. I'll flip it one more time to let the cheese melt through it, and then it's done.
And it goes to a plate, and
It'll
we
come
add
to a
all
plate,
the
and then we're
wonderful,
going to add all the wonderful ingredients.
the wonderful fixins,
Yep.
as it were.
So let's move a couple of these things out of the way. I'm always pushing Joe further and further off my counter.
Right.
All right.
Okay. And this is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic
in the kitchen of
happens.
Mitchell.
So we can see all this cheese is starting to melt.
Oh yeah, that's.
All right.
Oh, it's a
Which is
beautiful
what we want
thing.
because that's going to help this fold together.
Oh my God.
Keep all your innards in.
Oh. I don't care what you do with my innards right now. Oh man.
He likes chicken.
I like chicken. Ah, that's so awesome.
All right. I'm gonna lift
And
this
this
up
is
out
where
of
the
the
magic
pan.
is about to happen. Oh my God, look at this thing. Oh, it's made to like perfection. Look at this.
Where does my knife
Ah,
go?
I'm so excited for this. Are you excited?
All right.
Are you excited?
Cut it.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you made the little...
And you can see our little
Oh,
lobster
my
sticking
goodness.
out the side.
Oh.
And then we'll just...
Oh yeah, look at that. When I mean, I feel like that's like food porn, right? When like the cheese goes, oh, it just gets all stringy off. You could hear like the bomb chicken brown cow music and like, oh, that is the way to go. Now this is
cilantro.
cilantro.
Just gonna cut a little bit of that up to put over the top.
Oh man.
And then we've got, could you hand me a spoon out of that drawer, please? 2.
2 spoons?
Yep. We're gonna add a little bit of our
Oh,
salsa.
Man. Oh man, here we go. Should we like slide this? Because people, you have to see this beauty of a dish right here. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness.
Some of our salsa. And I'll get you a fork.
Oh man, this moment is what I came for, folks. This moment.
Here you go.
Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh man, thanks to my English wife for teaching me how to use a knife and fork
Right?
properly. Because I eat
Isn't
like
it funny?
this-
Americans switch
Yeah.
hands when they're cutting.
I eat like a bit of a savage. So here we go. We're gonna put a little bit of this guy. And we're gonna get a little bit of this guy. And a little bit of this guy. And then it's all falling apart. And here we go. Oh, this is not gonna be pretty, folks. But that's okay. Oh my God.
We got it.
Listen, oh my God. You can taste it all.
Lobster quesadilla.
You can taste it all. It just hits you. And the onions just gave such a beautiful burst of,
That delicious?
man.
Well, Sonny, thank you
Wow.
for coming on the show. Thank you for all
so
you're
much
doing.
for having me, my friend.
And keep doing all the good work you're doing. It's good
Thank
for our
you.
community. It's good for your soul.
Thank you.
And it's good for all the people out there that get a place to share their trauma, their story. And
really is.
support finding those kids that are across our country. The name of the foundation is?
So it's OperationLightShine.org and the National Child Protection Task Force.
There you go. It's all about finding kids, keeping them back with their family. How do they get back to their families, by the way?
Well, some of them go back to their families. Some of them go into state custody. But our priority is to make sure that the kids are safe.
Safe. All right.
And so,
Well, there you go. Well, thank you all for coming again. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for being part of our foodie community. And always remember, there's a place for you here at our table. We'll see you next week.
see ya.
Bye.